there we go.
Oh, okay.
Light side and off the go. It's no messing in this Formula 2 session. Then you try and get the stuff on screen. Oh, we're gonna crash!
That's Vinny.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, and there's multiple more people.
Oh, when is that Bascandino gonna stop spinning?
Yeah, Vinny retired. Bascandino was a Beyblade for a second there. Mike was a bit of oversteer.
And Toto's lost 2 positions already, Bilosh, in that start.
He has.
Neil, but Toto was right on the back of Smeltino. Oh, a little bit of a touch in the rear there, and you get the move done on Smeltino, although I don't think Smeltino's giving it up. Oh, he's half off track. Oh, and Toto's got spun, and so is Smeltino. Oh, and he takes out other people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people off now. A lot of fun thing. Oh, and oi.
Oh my goodness, there's absolute carnage at the back of the track. Oh yeah, P3 will be a huge result for him, but I don't think he's going to be able to hang on to it, Bilosh, because...
Yeah, Toto might get him to turn 1 here.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a good run. Yeah. He runs off wide. That's pretty nip and tuck that.
Yeah, with the DRS, no problem.
Smeltino's trying to go down the inside there. Wimpy on the 3rd last corner. Wimpy defends it well. Smeltino is also another nice recovery for him as well from that collision with Toto. But Smeltino will most likely get this moved on the main straight with the DRS.
No contact.
Right. Because it's going to distract me from the race.
Smeltino with a little mistake, and he's side by side in turn 2.
Still side by side, these guys. Wimpy really hanging on there.
Smeltino backs out. Wimpy goes wide.
That might compromise Wimpy's line with a little bit of a run on the grass. Runs a little bit wide, yeah, but he should have shaken that off by now. This is the battle at the moment. What is this going on in the chat? What? What? Oh, Smeltino stands in on Wimpy. Oh, Wimpy still hangs on. He's not giving it up yet. Wimp's fighting with all dear life here. But yeah, the move is done. Smeltino gets it done. Good time to defend it well, but he's going to go for the cup. Oh, and he gets it all wrong!
He's gone.
Oh!
And Wimpy's around.
So yeah, oh, like who's nearly loses it, but he manages to hold on to it. Toto going defensive, like Cruiser on the DRS, but as you can see, it's not that effective. So Toto's going to want to defend this for dear life. Like Cruiser is on older tires. Toto puts the squeeze on, gets that move defended, but it's not over yet. They're going to run on board. Light Cruiser sends it down the inside. This is going to get hairy. He's not giving it up to, as I said before, he defends very hard. This is going to be a very dodgy place to send your car. This is going to be, something's going to give. Yeah, he had it back out.
And Pascalini has been disqualified.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Toto is really desperate to hang on to that.
Pretorius wins the race.
Pretorius wins the race by a significant margin. Would you like to call the start of this race, Bilosh?
I don't know. Oh well, we're off anyway. Jesse from P1. Looks like it's a decent start from him. So I think he's going to send it up his inside, however. And it's clean from now for the time being. And Sveltino goes to P1. Jesse going wide. So
oh, who was that? Well, don't tell me that was... who was that? No, I seen a car going sideways. Was that Vinny? Pretorius is sending it down the outside. That's brave. That's going to be a difficult move to pull off. Oh. And apologies, people, for cutting the highlights reel off. Oh, we're getting any audio here? For cutting the highlights reel off a bit earlier, but these guys are in their one-shot qualifying, and we don't want to miss it. Running on board with Light Cruiser. I'm joined by the man himself, Mr. Milosh, or Bilosh. There he is. Back after much demand from last week.
The most inaudible duo in history of commentating.
Yeah, so sorry about that, Mr. Jensen, in the chat. Yeah, I want to see. You see, that's why these highlights reels are sometimes difficult for the Formula 2 races, because as soon as everyone readies up, it's just boom straight into this qualifying session, and I don't really want people to miss it. If the qualifying session was, the original, the way we have it in Tier 2 and Tier 1, where there's a qualifying session effectively, it'd be much easier, but I'm sure everyone can understand why I cut that one short, because this is the action now. Suppose I haven't really done my intro. Welcome everyone. Any new viewers? Welcome to Spa in Belgium for this Formula 2 race. Where, as we kind of half saw in the highlights reel, last race out was Hungary. And although I didn't get to finish the highlights reel, the first race was Pretorius who won it by quite a margin. And then in the second race, I believe it was Smeltino, after Toto lost out in his battle for the win. But that was last week. This is this week. It's a new week. It's a new race. It's a new track, a new challenge, and these guys will be invigorated.
It's going to be very close.
Yeah. So like, ooh.
Yeah. Very close throughout the whole grid, actually.
Yeah, man, you said it. Look at that. From definitely
P9 to P9, it's only a tenth or two between them.
Yeah.
It was close. It was all very close. Like, they're jumping around a lot for P1 as well, so it was very curious to actually see, because it was light cruiser up in P1 Toto, and it was a bit of Luigi as well.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the times, man. As you say, the top three drivers are all Dutch drivers. Of course, the two motorsport guys are leading the constructors by about 400 odd points, and I might be able to quickly get it up for you there quickly. Just on the screen, you'll see the standings. Light cruiser is like miles ahead of everyone else. Pretty much secured the title, but I want to take that off quickly because we've got a new driver here. Forgive me for not being over my brief, but Luigi from Canada is a new driver driving for Campos. I think I've seen. Now I know the Campos team was the last available seat for the Formula 2. So whether he's a reserve or whether he's got the seat, I am unsure. The boys will let me know in chat. But also, we seen last week her debut was Elementrix debuted. Her first Formula 2 race, her first racing online altogether. And she has now been signed up as a full-time driver in the Carlin team. I think she teams up with Push, who's pretty handy in these Formula 2 cars himself. Just waiting for this countdown. And we'll be straight into the action. Lose a bit of audio here. I'm getting lights on and not everyone's loaded in. So are we having... Oh, here we go. Lights off and away we go. And Light Cruiser leads the field away. And he has to defend against Toto. Let me just try and get this details back up for everyone. Yeah.
A clean start so far. There's someone going slow. Fine now, but yeah. That looks a clean start from no major issues. Just yet, anyway.
Yeah, just running on board with Pretorius here. He's got a good view of Smeltino, who's trying to get a move done on Luigi. Luigi's taking the inside line and he managed to secure it, but Smeltino locks up a little bit. Pretorius thought about it for a brief moment, but then backs it out, of course. As we always said, you don't win a race in the first lap. So it's really good to see, though, how close this field is up to Light Cruiser now, because he has kind of run away with his title. We see further back, we see Icewind's got passed by Nickelodeon. Oh, we got Jesse and Vinny off track, and then Terror's on the back of him. Happening here. Oh, Icewind is completely pulling out of that. Has he got a bit of damage? I think he's got a bit of damage. We've got a bit of lagging up ahead by Jesse, running on board with Terror. Vinny's still trying to get this move done. Trying to go around the long way around, and Jesse's got a better line. But then we've seen so many times that ends up in collision. So Vinny gets the move to, and he just cuts right across Terror. Well, he just about got away with that one. It is nice to see Terror. The almost won the EGL title, of course. That was nicked away from him by Mr. Jensen. But further up the head is Toto. He is just over 1/10 of a second behind Light Cruiser. This is his Light Cruiser. Toto is Light Cruiser's main competitor. Oh, a little bit of nudging there.
Toto's very much ready for the pass.
Yeah, I'm going to run on board with Toto whenever they come along the Camel Straight. But Pretorius is fighting for Smeltino here for this P4. And he gets the move done. So that's going to run on board with Toto. DRS has not been activated just yet. It will be activated. Oh, we got a yellow in sector 1, so maybe something happened.
That's Jesse got his spawn, and he's back to last, with Elementrix being not there, I suppose. I think Shed and Shatter game crashed, which is not very epic.
Yeah, Toto's really putting Light Cruiser under a hell of a lot of pressure here. Light Cruiser locking up already in lap 2. All this little bit of tapping, you know, we've seen this happen. It actually happened to Toto by Smeltino in Spa. When you just get a little bit of a nudge on the back end, it just sends these Formula 2 cars spinning. Bugos is saying in chat, Toto, stop hitting him.
Maybe that's a strategy, just hit him out the way.
Oh, Nickelodeus has retired.
Yes.
And Contender, of course, as well, is looking to recover from his virtual safety car. Oh, Contender just about avoids the back end of Pascantino here. All these guys, of course, will want to try and keep that delta close to that, you know, just right on the touch off the green, not to lose any time at all. Elementrix has joined back again. She must be, as you said, having issues with her connection.
Yep. Back to green flag racing now.
Oh, we've got who was that? Marcin.
Yeah, he spun.
We just got that on stream. Marcin seemed to spin on that restart. Oh, and he's having an awful lot of trouble getting that car back on track. But Marcin gets a 10-second time penalty exceeding track limits. But as soon as they cross the line, DRS will be activated, so they are race control.
Oh, ice one. He ruins Terror, and Terror spins. Terror's in the pits.
Yeah,
now.
Terror is into the pits.
Ice.
So it just missed that. Yeah, Icewind, I think, was saying.
Ocean has spun as well from provisional pole for the sprint race. He's now in P17.
The Toto not getting a move done just yet, but the DRS is starting to kick in now. It's a little bit late. Light Cruiser moves to the inside line, and he's going to take all of his racing line. Toto has to back out of that one. Oh, Toto! Oh, he's lost it! Toto! Oh no! So Toto got a little bit of too much in the rear end of that car, and well, everyone has seen what happened. But if Toto, if you're listening, don't pack it in. Keep fighting. Don't give up, man. But Toto, Toto falling foul of what happened to him last time. So the person who will be giving a mega sigh of relief is this man here, Mr. Light Cruiser, because Toto was really taking it to him. In some respects, I would say he actually had more pace overall, race pace, than Light Cruiser. But I don't know whether that was just maybe a bit of eagerness on the throttle, or maybe it was a bit of dirty air. But put Toto way back now to P9 with significant front wing damage, I would be sure. But Luigi's car is looking... it looks like a McLaren.
It's a knockoff McLaren of F2.
Yeah.
We've got yellow flags. Oh, and I seen someone.
Ooh.
It is Jesse in the wall.
Jesse is not having... Yeah, Jesse is having a horrid time. Oh yeah, he's really struggling to keep that car in a straight line. Oh my goodness, look at this. He's really having to fight that car. Elementrix in the pits, I think. Yeah, I think Elementrix's car has left us.
Luigi got the arrest on Light Cruiser, but I don't think he's gonna make a move just now. Or,
Yeah.
It's very close.
Yeah, we've seen in, was it Hungary, on the main straight in Hungary, that the Push gets himself a 3-second time penalty. That we've seen the DRS is not that effective. On the Formula 2, Chief also gets himself a 3-second time penalty. It doesn't seem that effective in Formula 2. We know in Spa the DRS is pretty much OP in the Formula 1, as we seen yesterday in the Tier 2 race, but from my experience watching these streams, the DRS is not as effective as you would expect. But Luigi's picking up where Toto left off.
Like Martinez on push now, and Martinez is passed into P1.
Yeah. Push, who of course he had quite a strong start to the Formula 2 season, but I don't know whether it's just lack of practice or maybe just these recent tracks that he's been on hasn't been to his liking, but he seemed to have lost a bit of that pace that he was showing earlier on in the season. Yeah, Danny asks in the chat what happened to Toto. Kitty says he kissed the wall. Yeah, I think that's an understatement. He did more than kiss the wall.
He had a very sexual relationship with the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna kind of use some innuendo, but I thought, nah, better not. Oh, one was out of ahead. Was that Bascandino? Where was it here? We get a yellow with sector 2 and 3. Who is that? Trying to find that. Forgive me, people that's jumping between these cameras. Who have we lost? No one?
No. Yeah, I didn't see who was either, but something apparently happened.
So yeah, 13 laps in this feature race in Spa. Of course, the top 8, as I remind everyone, the top 8 are the guys who get points, and of course the grid will be reversed for the sprint race, so everything's to play for that 8th place. We have seen some drivers not doing too well in the feature race, but securing that 8th place, and then in the sprint race starting in P1 and then ending up winning the race. And in fact, that reminds me of Smeltino, who did that. I think it was Smeltino who did that in Baku. Was it
Hungary was one as well, I believe. I think Smeltino started on pole as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and then also Austria as well. So it's definitely, people think you might finish P8, no use, but it does have its benefits, as Marcin is really bullying Wimpy here on these fresh, no he's not, it's not fresh mediums, it's equal mediums. Of course those softs will be starting to die out a little bit. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Oh, major contact between Wimpy and Marcin, and we've lost the Wimps. And Wimp's Light Cruiser needs to watch up ahead, because he will be approaching Wimpy pretty fast. That was a perfect example of what I've been saying about these Formula 2 cars. They are incredibly sensitive to any form of contact. A little bit of nudge in the back end sends your car spinning, a little bit of wheel banging, and you see what happens. But yeah, Push is I was going to say he was on the back of Marcin there, but he comes in for his pit, which will be pitting for the mediums. Of course, the pitting for the mediums, that'll take him right to the end. So all these positions are everyone's swapping around as they're in the pit. So the interval time will maybe take a lap to recalibrate. So Light Cruiser is still looking pretty tidy for this win, and I think it's. There's the hiccups again.
Luigi is reasonably close to Light Cruiser, and he's got the slightly fresher tires, so he could challenge him, and he's got the years for him right now, so he's gonna keep up.
Yeah, Light Cruiser, he's not, I mean, he's definitely got track position on P1 as it stands, as Jesse retires. Oh, versus safety car. So that was caused by Jesse, I think. 5-second time penalty for Icewind speeding in the pit lane. So it is going bad to worse for Icewind. I think we've still lost, no element tricks. And bad to worse for Icewind, who, as you noticed, he spun somewhere near the beginning. Bit of contact with Terror, and now he gets himself a 5-second time penalty as the virtual safety car has been lifted, and we are back again. And we've got the two SRL drivers in Toto and Terror lining each other up, or Terror lining up Toto. As the
right behind Light Cruiser as well.
Yeah, so I was saying Light Cruiser there, he's got effectively track position when Marcin pulls into the pits, but he's not going to have it all his own way, because It's the first time I'm watching Luigi here, and yeah, the man has pace, that is for sure. Of course, Light Cruiser keeping a respectful distance behind this battle, ready to capitalise should anything happen, and we have known that things do happen in these Formula 2 races. Pretorius has won a few races by just doing just this, by sitting back nicely in P3 and letting the two guys up front fight it out. Very much a patient tactic that Pretorius deploys in these Formula 2 races. Although given the opportunity, he will step it up a gear and attack. So, over Eau Rouge, over Radion, Light Cruiser's trying to break that slipstream off Luigi, but we're going to stay on board with Pretorius as we get a good view of this. Light Cruiser
Luigi's going for it.
Yeah, takes the inside line. Luigi's going for it. He's going to send around the outside. But yeah, Light Cruiser just pretty much concedes that, but he's going to try and go the cut back here. Is he going to try and cut back across up? No. But Luigi's not defending the inside line, so Light Cruiser might send it. No, backs out of that one. They got a little bit hurry there as they ran off track.
So Luigi now takes the effective P1 for now anyway. And yeah, where Martinez pits, he will be P1, but Martinez could get a few positions from being on the self-retired compound now after his pit stop.
Yeah, Luigi's breaking away a pretty decent gap here. It is welcome, of course, as I've said a few times. You know, I would like to see more people challenge Light Cruiser because he has just run away with this title. But you know, Toto has taken it to him. And now, of course, we've got Contender and then Smeltino, Pretorius, and then now Luigi as well. It's all very welcome as we get a yellow in Sector 2.
Yeah, that's Van Bates. He went off in P1 and lost a few positions there. Don't think he has any damage, but he has lost a handful of positions. So.
Oh, I just looked away to see Van Beets and Pretorius now gets past Light Cruiser.
Yeah.
So has Light Cruiser got some sort of damage or what? Let me just have a look, because I mean his pace seems to have completely dropped off. No, I don't see any damage on his wing.
It might just be the lack of his race pace. But...
The Martian does pit for the softs, so that is freed up now Luigi into a bit of free air. Try and stretch these legs on this lookalike McLaren.
Martinez after his spit, he's very much far behind the guys up front.
The Martian will be looking to use these fresh softs to try and hunt down push to get that P8. Yeah, Kitty's just saying on the chat that it's very quiet. Everyone is zoomed out. Yeah, notice there's not much crack happening on the chat. Although, I mean, it is understandable. I have noticed sometimes the Formula 2 chat, live chat, is a little bit quieter. I think it's just the nature of these Formula 2 cars that, I don't know, it seems a little bit like wet races, and I'm not going to have, as Thimo said yesterday, a tipsy wet race rant or ramble. But I generally find these Formula 2 races, they kind of neutralise each other's gaps just like a wet race. And so in some respects you kind of get effectively a dry wet race, if that makes any sort of sense.
Nice. It might make some sense, I suppose, but fun.
Of course, the most exciting race I've seen was France. I think I raced that one. That was my most exciting Formula 2 race.
Formula 2.
Oh, were you in that one as well?
I wasn't. I was watching some of it, I believe, but that's about it.
It seems to be losing the will to live in the chat. Just saying, just cheat it for beep.
Oh. There hasn't been much yeetage since their opening laps.
But Light Cruiser has got a great run on Pretorius. He flicks open the DRS, and that is, thank you very much, by Light Cruiser. Gets the move done on Pretorius. Now, we do know Light Cruiser does not just roll over and give up. We've seen him fighting for race wins on the right on the last lap in some races. So there's still some more to come from him. But yeah, I'm really impressed by this Luigi gentleman from I think it's Canada. I think I seen the flag. Stretched a 1.5 second gap on Light Cruiser, and as we know, Light Cruiser is not a slow chap. But I'm gonna switch on back now to Terra, see how Mr. Terra's getting on. The 2 EGL race winner just lost out, as I said, the AGL title to Mr. Jensen. So Terra's pace is well known, but he hasn't had much practice in these Formula 2 cars. This is kind of a bit of an unknown for him. So this, where is he? P12. Although it's surprising to see.
Martinez and Grazias.
Oh.
They're all side by side the next few corners.
So they are, yeah.
Martinez is slightly ahead. Gonna have to push him wide, just going side by side here.
Ooh.
Martinez ahead for now.
Yeah, I don't think Grazias will have liked how much he squeezed him off track there.
Because of the fastest lap of the race. Might be beaten by Martinez on the fresh tires, but we'll see.
Oh! Light Cruiser way off track. Pretorius gets the move done, so Light Cruiser got a real bad run off that first around, what's it, Cops? No, sorry, that's
Lessors.
That's Lessors. Yeah, that's the wrong country.
That's a completely wrong country enter again.
So a little bit of a little chink in the armor of Light Cruiser, as I have just seen it starting to spit.
Indeed, I was about to say that it looks like it's dripping a little bit, and now we can see some raindrop on the camera. I can see that anyway.
So this rain might actually, believe it or not, throw up some interesting scenarios here, because everyone seems to be going around nicely, happily around this track at their leisure, but this rain is going to kick things off. Although, with only, say, 2.5, 3 laps to go, I don't think they'll need to pit for the medium intermediates, or the wet. There is no intermediates.
No, there's only wet tires in these Formula 2 cars, but yeah.
Light Cruiser! Oh, and he somehow keeps it out of the gravel.
Yep. Light Cruiser almost dying, but he's with us for now.
So he is human after all.
And could it be the rain that's
could be
not really helping him? So maybe we might see an interesting call from some drivers that go into the wets. Maybe.
I don't know, man. Oh, 10-second time penalty for it cut the corner. That is his race pretty much done.
Yeah, that was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, he's going to lose P3 to Smeltino as it stands.
And he's almost spawned again out of La Source.
Yeah, he's having a lot of issues, so he's under threat. Maybe on track by his teammate Smeltino. So that is his race win. Game over pretty much now with only a few laps to go. Luigi's going to take, I believe, his debut. Well, it is his debut race in Formula 2. He's going to take the debut race and a debut win. What a start that is for him. But it's not over yet. I don't want to jinx it for him, but it's not over yet. But he's doing a nice job here as it stands. We've got Danny in chat. Hello, Danny. Mr. Dan the man himself. Oh, let me see. Here. Push. I mean, I say hello to Danny and I'm not even getting a hello back. I mean, that's just rude.
My head.
Yeah, SMH, Mr. Danny. No, there we go. Hello, Danny. Thank you. I don't know whether that's a bit of lag or something, but...
Perhaps. Luigi seems to be doing really fine in these conditions. He was stretching his gap further, now that's starting to rain a little bit. So he's getting a nice little advantage on Pretorius. He's got 3 seconds now. And the track does look reasonably moist at this moment. But for the wet tires, I think it might be a little bit much.
So Chief's went for it on the wets.
Oh, yes.
So let's see how he does. Doesn't look fast. I think
I went on the wets as well, actually.
Yeah, I don't think... This is either an absolute inspired decision by these guys, or...
Yeah, I mean, they're both really towards the back, so... Ooh, Iceland's spinning out of the pits as well. Yeah, I mean, it might be a word he whisked, because they are not really in contention for some points, and it could pay off for them potentially. One could only gets 5 seconds for it.
Yeah, I don't think Bilosh... Oh, I don't think the wets is going to work. It's too early. Even though it's raining, it's not... It's what merely drizzling more than anything. As Grazie Jost comes into the pits as well, so... I wonder, are these guys betting on... Oh, Vinny's... Oh! Toto! Toto's lost it!
Toto's gone.
I don't know what happened there. It just seemed like he just... I don't know what happened there. He was going straight. And his car just died on him. So everyone's coming... Well, not everyone. Terra's coming into the pits as well.
There's a handful of guys in the pits. Grazia's going on the wets as well. Terror's going to get stacked now behind Grazia's. Unlucky. Wimber is in the pits.
Bloody hell.
Now they are going on the wets now. Majority people are now doing the boxes, but...
I don't think, though. Luigi has to stay out.
Yeah.
He has to stay out because, I mean, as long as he can keep it on track and steady and doesn't lose it.
has been stable actually, but...
So this is tense now. This is tense for Luigi. What is he going to do?
I think in this situation where, well, everyone that's on wets is miles behind him, I think he's better off staying on the mediums.
Yeah, I think he's better off staying too. I'm just watching Pretorius and he is struggling big time for front end grip. So that, I can just only imagine how difficult that is for these guys. So this is really, it's thrown a potential spanner in the works, not for the race win, but just for a few people what they're going to do. So Luigi's coming around the final chicane. Is he going to go to the pits? No, he doesn't.
Oh, Pretorius loses it a little bit on push from Light Cruiser, and they touch. Oh, Light Cruiser spinning as well.
Light Cruiser's gone again. And let's smell Thimo.
Also spinning a little bit, losing a major amount of time.
Jensen saying that he could see a Batman sign in the skies. Oh,
Marcinez really struggling on the soft as well. He's spun twice on the straight now. Oh, I say spun, half spun. And Marcinez
side by side with his teammate.
I think it's safe to say that the wets are more viable now, it seems, but
yeah,
not quite. I'm not very convinced they're worth the extra stop at this point in time for the top runners.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, please. Oh.
Bless you, Mr. Bob.
That's Kitsune's fault. She has this.
Pushing Vasco, making a little bit of contact. Vasco not very comfortable at the moment.
Oh man, that's Kitty. She's got this air freshener thing. It's on a battery and it's timed and it's squirted right in my face.
Oh, that's so mad.
Oh. Anyway, rolling on board with Luigi, and he's got a 3.8 second lead to Pretorius, so it's pretty much done for him now. It's really impressive debut from Luigi.
Yeah, he's done a good job, especially in the changing conditions. It was very tough now with the bit of rain coming down. So I have to say, a good job to him on managing to stay alive.
Danny saying tipsy on chat. Yes, Danny, you requested my attention. Kitsune saying That's the least masculine sneeze I've ever heard.
To be fair, I have heard less masculine, and that's someone off track. I think it might have been Van Beats. Almost causing a little collision there. All is good for now.
What does a manly sneeze sound like? Achoo! Something like that?
I suppose it's a very deep voice. And that's Maltino, he spun round.
Oh, Smeltino. So
Back.
so Contender then gets the P4. Contender, if he was within 2/10 a little bit quicker, he would have got P3, unless Light Cruiser has more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, but he's gonna be very close for the podium. I don't think he's gonna get it.
No, I don't think so. Nope.
No, 8 seconds. Oh, Contender added the 5-second penalty for speeding. I think he also had the 5-second for cutting the corner in the bus stop. But yeah, I think it's a good race for Contender, who didn't have the best time in Tier 2 yesterday.
That's right. He didn't have much luck at all. So Grazie Joss on the wets gets himself up to P7. Mainly by people behind him or in front of him spinning. So
yeah,
Bascantino gets that final 8th place, so he will be starting. He gets 22nd time penalty.
Aye.
Ignoring yellow flags.
No, that's surely he's surely not P8 with that 20-second penalty.
That's a bit odd, yeah. Wonder is that a bug?
It might have just been, because surely they've lost the players then with the 20-second time penalty.
Yeah, Marston's saying that the track is like the runoff area in Germany. The last corner, he says he's like a boat.
Mr. Incognita is also very happy with that P10.
P10, Sebastian, yes. Well done, Mr. Tara. Contender saying that was easily the hardest thing I have ever raced. They are. Not the most exciting race, but usually that's what happens in these feature races because they're a little bit longer. But the sprint race, hopefully, is where it's all going to kick off. Oh.
I was reasonably intrigued by the rain coming along, kind of messing with the drivers a bit. I think that was an interesting thing to see. Maybe some, variation in strategy.
The Light Cruiser gets the fastest lap and is P3 so that he gets that extra point. Just extending his lead up at the front really more than anything. Doesn't really matter where he finishes now, as long as he gets points he's fine. But he doesn't, not even, But I'm very impressed with the debut race by Luigi. It was a good find by the SLR boys.
Yep.
Whereas Luigi's going to be starting last. So we're going to have Luigi and Pretorius, Light Cruiser, Contender, Smeltino and Vinny all battling out. All starting together. Give my hiccups. Terribly unprofessional.
Mr. Incognita denying Mr. OceanChief from his final point.
Can you believe that? I mean, that's just rude. That's just rude, Terror.
That's just bullying the elders.
Yeah.
Currently shaking my head.
So, the countdown seems to be stuck at 29 seconds.
Yeah, it is stuck for me as well.
And I think that's happened before.
So hopefully we won't have a big rant on Codemasters, and then it's going to be all fine. It is.
No, there we are. Just whenever I was going to eat some chocolate.
Got 5 red lights, and away we go. Pasca from pole, Grazia's behind him. Has a clean start from now, it seems. Without any major issues. And Benny, again on the inside of Pasca now, or the outside, should I say. Yeah, he's dropped back. Grazie just might be thinking of a move on Vinny, but I doubt he's going to do it into our rouge.
Oh, Contender got wiped out! Oh my god! Oh, and he goes out across the track!
Yeah, a lot of carnage there.
Yeah. Have we lost anyone else? It just seems like Contender, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like there was a bit of lag, I think, on that, but I think he got collected at the rear.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
And we've got a yellow further up ahead as well.
Toto is gone as well. And
We've-
Toto has left the session in his
the big rage.
demise.
Big rage from Toto. So it's so promising. It started for Toto early whenever he did join, and it's all starting to crumble for him. But further up, we have so many battles. I don't know who to watch. We've got this battle for the top 3. Right behind and on the back end of Smeltino is Pretorius, who is just thinking about sending it on Smeltino.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big snake at the moment, really, for the first few positions, as the starts usually end up people getting quite close. But
Yeah, Contender not happy in live chat, asking, in capitals, what was that? If you can watch it back, Contender, if you wish, on the stream. It looked like there was, I don't know, either lag or a little bit of a connection.
Vinny and Grazios. Oh,
yeah.
Vinny hopping over the curb as well. Risky move in that corner, since that curb is very unforgiving, and there's a lot of cars there going side by side. Grazios got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits.
Yeah, so Light Cruiser tried to send it up sneakily up the inside of Pretorius, and he gets basically run off track and then loses out the place to Luigi.
Got yellow flags. Might be Toto's decent car, but
And then he gets the place back off Luigi. And we're going to move fight further up ahead. Use this. We've got the Pretorius on Grazie Joss.
Yes, Martino getting a first-hand view of the fight in front of him.
Yeah, we're going to run on board with Smeltino to have a good view of this battle.
Toy is down inside.
Yeah.
A little bit of touching, but both fine. Troy just get past. And he might stay past for now anyway.
All this fighting is really hampering Light Cruiser and Luigi's charge, and Smeltino as well. But these guys do have the pace to get up to P1 there, so the longer they stay behind these guys, the more unlikely it is that Light Cruiser has to get well out of that one on the back of Smeltino.
I'm gonna see some team orders by MP. I don't know, man.
Yeah, Smeltino's going for it on Grazie Joss. He overtakes him on the around just before Blanchimont. And his Light Cruiser
from move to the bus stop.
Yeah.
Oh, and Grazio's backside of that one, I think. I don't think he really wanted to fight that.
I didn't.
And Marcinez with Grazios, and he gets a 10-second time to current the bus stop. Aye.
Yeah, there's a little bit of nudging there by Luigi on Grazie Joss.
Yep. And Vinny's very close to Basca now. They're side by side into La Source. We're a little bit touching Vinny and Basca. Pretorius might be making a move on Vinny.
Yep.
But
running on board with Pretorius. Oh, he's right on the gearbox of him.
yeah, it's going to be a very interesting situation going to Lake Com. Vinny on the inside, Pretorius on the outside. No, he's going on the inside of Basco now. He's outside with Basco, and Basco stays ahead for now.
Vinny in the P1.
Reflecting against Grazios gone. Yeah, Grazios and Jesse both spun out. Bit of collision between those two.
A little bit of a gap opened up between Pretorius and Light Cruiser. DRS is activated as well, so those two guys up ahead, well, Bascantino and Pretorius will get the DRS. Light Cruiser's just trying to squeeze up to kind of get within the DRS zone, which I think he is within it now. Can he maintain it? But something's got to give between this battle up ahead between Vinny, Bascantino and Pretorius. They're all incredibly close behind each other. Closest battle on track at the moment. So, is someone's going to make a move at the bus stop? Then he doesn't need to defend it because it's not the most wisest place. Bascantino gets a little bit later on the brakes. Pretorius is taking a wider line to try and get the cutback. Didn't work out for him, but he gets the DRS. So does Light Cruiser. He also bangs in the fastest lap.
Alex is going to be hungry for that P1 now.
Yeah. So I don't think Vinny's going to be able to hold on to this P1 because he's got 3 drivers behind him who are very fast and very hungry for that race win. We're running on board with Light Cruiser here. We've got a good view of this battle of these 3 guys. But I'm going to switch to Pretorius as we are watching Bascantino moves on the inside line of Vinny. Gets the move done. So this race lead keeps switching pretty much every lap, which is kind of what we want to see. Going off track. 3-second time penalty for oh, Wimpy's in the wall. We have lost Wimps, and Elementrix just passed him. So as it stands, Elementrix is going to finish the race ahead of Wimpy. And Marson in the wall as well. Marson retires. So they are dropping like flies at the moment. Safety car, safety car.
I am back. I took a quick call, but I am back now.
That's alright, man. So we've lost Wimpy, he crashed. We've lost Marson, he crashed. And we have the safety car. So these boys are all going to start squeezing up. These boys and girls are going to start squeezing up.
Well, that's Icewind in the wall, or the barrier. He's going back on track. Not sure what happened. I just seen him in the wall and I flicked through the drivers. I doubt anyone will be pitting because it is a sprint race. But maybe someone decides to do a cheeky strategy and go on the softs. Well, I was thinking Bascantino was about to go to the pits, but no.
We have someone called Magnussen joins. Wonder is that Kevin himself?
Kevin Magnussen, the one and only.
In which case, welcome.
Indeed.
Oh,
Magnussen's gone. These are sad times.
Forgive me, people, if you can hear me eating, but I'm taking this opportunity to. There's been a little squirt of chocolate with hazelnuts in it, and it's been staring at me since the feature race, and I've been dying to eat it, so this is my opportunity.
Almost as iconic as me dying in my race 20 minutes, half an hour ago, so while drinking a milkshake, but.
They're saying, Wimpy, I'm sorry. So the wonder was that it must have been an issue between Terra and Wimps.
Possibly. Terra is now in P8, so he's getting 1 singular point at the moment, but I reckon they could gain a few positions after the safety car period, maybe.
So this is all gonna kick off round 2 of the sprint race whenever this safety car in, and you know what? It's gonna be like a 3-lap race. Well, 4 laps as it stands, but if the safety car is gonna come in, you'll see it very soon. Usually when they go round before this first main, the last main, the back straight, usually you'll see the yellow light switching off if he's coming in this lap. Would be like to know if someone can let us know what happened between Wimpy and Terror. Quick check. According to what's been said in the chat.
Vinny almost yeeting in the back of Bascantino.
Yeah, I think I got that on the stream, yeah.
Bit of a yikers, but it's not fine. So the safety car is going to go for 1 more lap, I believe. Well, I doubt it's going to go for more than that in Spa.
So the safety car is going to run for another lap at least, which means yes, we will have a 3-lap race to the finish. And the guys at the back, I'm surprised they're not closing up a bit more than this.
Yeah, I mean, Icewind did have to go for the pit stop. He did go on the mediums. I was thinking he might go on the softs. But Icewind might have an
Oh,
interesting race
Chief,
going on
yeah,
now with the...
Chief and Elementrix
Yeah,
are into the pits.
interesting.
I'm not sure because
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to catch up the safety car now.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They should have done it the lap before.
Yeah, unless the safety car goes out for one extra lap, then
I
they
don't
could,
think
but
so.
I don't think it will either.
So Chief is gonna have to absolutely bomb it, like he's on a hot lap, like it's one shot qualifying. He is gonna have to sink it, as we would say, sink the throttle to the floor, try and catch up to have any hope of securing anything in this race. Because as Midos said, don't think he's gonna catch the safety car. Let me see whereabouts are there.
In 20 seconds,
You know,
they
like,
might
yeah,
give it a few seconds, but I don't know if they're going to be right behind them. I think they're going to lose out a little bit. Especially Elementrix, who is 27 seconds now. 22 even.
yeah. So what's this corner? This is Radion, I think it's called, and their Icewind's coming.
Radion Au Rouge. I think Radion is the exit of the corner. I think. And Au Rouge is the start. I'm not honestly sure.
Well, Eau Rouge is that would be uphill. That's that after turn 1. That's Eau Rouge, and then at the top of it is
Radion.
Radion, and then Ravage. That's what that's called. Sorry, Ravage.
Is Ravage not the one for the hairpin? You know what? I don't know.
I can't remember. I know they've just went around Pouon. Of course, you know what Eau Rouge means, don't you, Mr.
Red water.
Ah, look at that. Perfect.
Indeed. Perfect French.
Because I believe there is a river that flows around there, and it's...
Yeah, I did see a F1 video, I think. It made a video about the river. Well, the river. Just kind of talking about it. How there is a river, and that's why the corner got a name. Its name. Nice.
So Chief does catch up with Icewind in the back of this grid, but I think Elementrix is going to lose out because I don't think she's just quick enough. But safety car still out.
Yeah, it's going for another lap, so it's going to be a 2-lap battle if it does stay out for that, or if it does come in next lap.
Well, it's definitely staying out this lap, so surely we're not going to finish on their safety car. That would be... Oh! Hey?
Huh?
What? How can the safety car come in this? So that means... What?
Okay.
So that means Bascandini was going to have to go really, really, really slow. Well, no, he won't need to. He won't need to, sorry. He just needs to just stick with him. Stick with the safety car, Bascandino, and then just on the main back straight, let him go.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, looking at the safety car is under racing speeds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pulling away, and as Bascandini is doing 200, so... It's going pretty fast. Yeah, I think a weird situation this one, and then in the middle of the pack there's some people going side by side. That was intentional obviously, but they're doing something.
Chief pits again?
And Vinny and Basco side by side, almost touching one of the safety car. Not optimal.
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, I am very much unaware why did Chief pit again.
I have no idea why he pit it again.
And he's on the mediums now, which makes even less sense to me, but let Chief be Chief, I suppose. It's his race, not mine, okay. Interesting strategies from the
Iron Man himself.
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe he's actually going to bamboozle every one of us, who knows. Yeah.
So we are gonna get... Yeah, Bascandino doesn't need to lift off just yet, because he's running the risk of Vinny going into the back end of him.
Yeah.
You would expect to let the safety car get away halfway, roughly whenever you're on that main straight.
Toto's Ghost is not helping Icewind, because Toto's Ghost is staying well behind Grazie just now. And Icewind, Elemental, and Chief are going to be well behind the pack.
Yeah.
Icewind overtakes. Yeah, Icewind isn't gonna get a penalty if he does overtake Toto. Toto's ghost even.
Well, well, I'm not on board here with Bascantino. So this is going to be pretty much a 2-lap mega sprint.
Oh, they touch. Aye, aye, aye. I'm not sure why Vinny's sticking his nose in there. It's not very useful.
So any second now, we are going to see Bascantino is going to send it. And I'd be pretty sure, Binosh, that we are going to get...
yeah, and they both get 5-second time penalties for collision.
So that puts Pretorius in a perfect position for this race win.
Yeah, I mean, Vinny has been asking for it.
Bascantino is going to send it. When's he going to go for it? I think he has launched it now. So this is it, people. We have got a 2-lap mega sprint for for points for the race win, which is pretty much Pretorius now after these 2 penalties. So it's really the battles between Pretorius and Light Cruiser. Bascantino is leading the field. DRS, I believe, is disabled. Pretorius gets a much better run than Vinny, so he gets past him. Is Light Cruiser going to get the move done as well? No. Valtino getting past Luigi, but Luigi putting up quite a fight. In that P8 position still.
When Vinny loses, Torres even, or losing that.
Yeah, it looked like somebody who, I don't know who that was, just sent it on them.
Yeah. So Light Cruiser now in the operational lead, because I believe he does not have any penalties.
Yeah.
So this could be very interesting. What happened between you?
Well, Pretorius needs to get past Vinny and then catch up with Light Cruiser and pass him within about a lap and a bit. So it's, unless Light Cruiser gets himself... Pretorius, 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
That's it, pretty much done now for Light Cruiser. As Pretorius. Yeah.
The most likely result at the moment, looking at Light Cruiser is going to take P1 in this race. And maybe even on track if he manages to get Basco, but I don't think that's a very high chance of that. And he's going to have DRS for the next 2 straights. Well, the pit straight is barely a big boy straight, but hey, works.
Luigi come from nowhere and he's really pushing the pressure on Pretorius. So this is the last lap, everyone, for the race win. Well, it's pretty much decided Light Cruiser's going to get this because of his lacking in penalties.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be maybe a thing that could happen that Basco's or Vinny's penalty gets removed by the FIA after, because yeah, I do think that Vinny was being a little bit of a bow, as I would say. Sticking his nose next to Basco on the safety car.
Yeah, under the safety car, yeah.
So I think there might be a possibility that Basco could get the penalty removed by the FIA if he really wishes to.
Well, that's actually a fair point, Benos, because Bascantino didn't really do anything wrong. He's just, setting the pace. It's up to the guys behind not to run into him.
Yeah.
So you may actually be right there. So in that basis, Bascantino may not get the race win due to penalties on track, but he may get it handed back to him by the FIA.
Maybe, and also maybe Light Cruiser could pass him this lap. He's very close. There's no DRS zones, but could maybe.
Yeah, so if Light Cruiser wants to be sure of this, he needs to pass him on track.
Yeah, I think there's a reasonable chance that Light Cruiser isn't aware that the Basco does have a penalty. Basco getting a bad run after having a bit of a half spin. Light Cruiser might just have him before.
He's going to do it again on the last lap. He done that last week as well.
There he goes. And I doubt Basco's going to make a move down to the bus stop chicane, and he's not. And we will have Light Cruiser crossing the line for P1, as Luigi get a 5-second time penalty. Basco for P2 on track was going to go down. Basco does win on track.
Oh.
Likers are just behind.
Yeah, so I think that race when, yeah, that's, you know, he should keep it. I don't really see any reason why it would be removed from him because, like you said, that 5-second time penalty should be removed because he did nothing wrong there. But as I should button there, the wrong button. Everything's died on me. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Did it?
Oh,
yeah, we're still on. Yeah, so that cruiser gets the fastest lap. Again, I'm being invited to a lobby. So yeah, Light Cruiser gets the race win. Or sorry, the fastest lap. Once again, going faster than he did in the previous race. Bascantino gets the race win. And a fantastic sprint race debut for Mr. Terror. Gets a P5. Starting from P10 with no practice up to P5. That's a contender, I would say, for DO Driver of the Day. Elementrix getting it up to P12 from P19. Overall, a great race as Mrs. Bitsoon had just joined me in the room. You want to say hello, Kitty?
Hello.
There you are, everyone.
epic.
So, there we go, Mr. Bilosh.
Indeed.
I don't know if we're going to get any interviews. I don't think we have much time for interviews because I believe we may have another race to get stuck into.
I believe we might have.
So, in that basis, it's going to be short and sweet, everyone. I'm going to say thank you very much to Mr. Bilosh. And thank everyone on the chat. Congratulations on Bascantino for getting that race win. And that leaves me to end with a little video.
It's the final few seconds before the lights go out and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analysed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal. Epic victory or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them.